Greetings, comrades. Welcome to All Power to the People podcast on Grown Folks Talking, Express Yourself Internet Radio via the Huddle Team app. We meet every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We discuss local, national, and global events that impact the material conditions of the people and provide viable solutions. We are here to find those tired of the way their lives are socially constructed. As Panthers, we use dialectic materialism. As Dr. Huey P. Newton stated, power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. From combating the housing crisis to police patrols, we are the vanguard in place to serve our communities. The purpose of this program is to highlight contradictions in the electoral process, which Western culture calls politics. Politics is the struggle for resources. Participating in America's electoral process has only taken resources from the people and handed it to the oligarchs and the professional managerial class that serve them by maintaining the status quo through coercion. We know that power lies with the people, and it is our duty to organize and educate the community so that they can fight for their own liberation. So please join us every Sunday at 12 p.m. You can join by downloading the Huddle Team app, join online, or call in. The app and joining online is free, but if you call in, standard messaging rates may apply. Links to the show will be provided in the caption. This is General Secretary Patience of the new African Black Panther Party, NABPP North. Oral process.
Let me see. Am I muted?
No.
All power to the people. The Philadelphia Negro, Chapter 17, Section 53. That's where we are today. That's where we are. Sometimes I want to wait a little bit so people could come in real quick, because I don't like starting and then people miss the beginning part, because it's important. It's very important. Like we work on the show diligently to make sure we get this stuff out. Like the recording today is done by Comrade Rodrigo, and Comrade Rodrigo, I don't think it's even here for him to hear me give him a shout out. I mean, but we got to find a way to get people here exactly at 12 o'clock. I mean, because all this part of this show is important. I mean, but hey, you know what? We're gonna get into it. But chapter 17, section 53, what Du Bois is really talking about is the electoral process. He's talking about how corrupt the electoral process is. And last week, he was talking about how these people in the electoral spaces, even in city government, really use those offices to embezzle money from the taxpayers. I mean, so he's continuing off that, like basically calling them scammers. I mean, that's what he's going to go into today. But this show is important, man. It's important for us to come sit down and have these conversations. I mean, and have these ideological struggles. That's a show that we see, a little selfless plug. That's a show that we do on Wednesdays. Is it on Wednesdays? Yeah, on Wednesdays on YouTube at 7:30, Ideological Struggle, where we get to sit down and we have conversation and we struggle ideologically about the things that we believe. Why do we believe what we believe? I mean, really try to see how we can come up with solutions to fix the conditions in our community. But like I said, Du Bois this week, he's talking about the corruption. Hey, Todd, you there, Todd? Is that Tashawn? Can you hear me, Todd? T.Y., is that Tashawn?
Yeah, what's good, brother?
Yeah, what's going on? Hey, yo, you tried to hit me, yo?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I
what's your,
called
what's,
your phone, but
you
I know
said
you
what?
don't answer unknown calls.
Yeah, no, I don't know that number. I wasn't sure if it was you or not. Hold on, let me see. What is it, 450?
No, 862-233-5591.
Yo, you ain't got to tell everybody.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, my fault. Yeah.
No. I'm looking at my phone to see if I see it.
Yeah.
Because I ain't hear from you in a minute. You said 223, right? I mean 233?
Yeah.
Yeah, you called me on Tuesday. 233.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yo, I'm gonna call you after the show. You heard? Where you
All
at?
right.
You in North?
Yeah, I'm in North, but I'm staying at my cousin house in Bloomfield.
All right. Yeah, we going to a cookout. One of the homies having a cookout. I don't know if you want to pull up. I mean,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
but yeah, so we could talk and stuff. You say you gotta talk to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yo, after the show, I'm gonna text you that 233 number,
All
and
right, bet.
see if we could meet up over there. You heard?
Yeah.
Word up. My bad. I ain't call you all week. I couldn't find the number, yo. I ain't know what number you called me from, cause I'm looking. I didn't save it, so I'm looking all in the phone, and so I'm like, damn, yo, what number you called me from? All right, but I'm gonna hit you after the show. You heard?
All right, bet.
All right. But so like I was saying, like this section, right, this chapter, Du Bois is really focusing on the electoral process and how back then in 1896 what they were dealing with. I mean, we're going to go into it. We're going to use some stuff from what's going on in Newark now, where we at, because wherever you're at, wherever there's city government, the same things is going on. I mean, so I'm going to start it right now.
Chairman, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Give me a second to mute all.
Okay. So, all right, got you.
53. Some bad results of Negro suffrage. The experiment of Negro suffrage in Philadelphia has developed three classes of Negro voters. A large majority of voters who vote blindly at the dictates of the party and, while not open to direct bribery, accept the indirect emoluments of office or influence in return for party loyalty. 53. Some bad results.
I meant to pause that. I want you to listen to this. He's breaking down the three kinds of voters and then really try to apply it to right now in our current situation. Listen to this. And who are these voters he's talking about? Ask yourself that question.
Results of Negro suffrage. The experiment of Negro suffrage in Philadelphia has developed three classes of Negro voters.
Three classes of Negro voters, because you notice we are always talking about class, that our issues are class. Yes, there's racism. Yes, we all know that. There's racism, there's patriarchy, there's all kind of ism, there's all kind of social stratification ways that those in power use to separate all of us. Nobody's denying that. But there's something that most politicians, celebrities, most people that you see that say they're advocating for us, the masses of the people living paycheck to paycheck. All they always focus on is race. Our issues are race. Even though we live in a socio-economic society that is dictated by class, by money, by capital, they always focus on race. I mean, so but listen to what Du Bois just said. Right from the beginning, he said three different classes of black people that go to vote. I want to bring it back just a little bit, right? Let me see.
Classes of Negro voters. A large majority of voters who vote blindly at the dictates of the party and, while not open to direct bribery, accept the indirect emoluments of office or influence in return for party loyalty.
So who is that? Who are those people he's talking about? Anybody could chime in if you want to talk. Who are these people that vote? They may not take outright bribery, but they take jobs. They have jobs. That's why they go out to vote. That's why you can't talk to those people. You can't try to reason your way with those people. They're not listening to you. It don't matter what, man. Jesus could come down here and be like, yo, this is what's going. They're not listening. Because I was about to start dropping names in the city, because people that are against the current administration but won't listen to nothing, won't listen to logic, because they're political operatives themselves. So now you're trying to look for people to work with, to build allianceship with, but they got their own thing that they're trying to do. They got their own party affiliation that they belong to, whether they be Republican, whatever they want to call it. Or they just want to be the ones that's in position of power. So they don't believe in political education. They don't follow nothing that is laid down, because they already got their mind made up of what they're trying to do. They're trying to eat for themselves. Find ways like what? Last week, Du Bois said embezzle. These politicians embezzle. That was in 1896.
A considerable group centering in the slum districts which cast a corrupt purchasable vote for the highest bidder, and lastly, a very small group of independent voters who seek to use their vote to better present condition of municipal life.
You have a small group, like he broke the three groups. So the first group, well, who was the first group? Somebody talk. Who was the first group? What did he say was the first group? See, you're not paying attention, man.
Run it back, run it back.
Ain't nobody running nothing back, man. I ran it back twice already, man. Hey, y'all studying me. Yo, everybody just sitting here.
The people who who sold their votes. I think that's the.
Nope, it ain't the people that sold their votes. Nah, y'all studying me, son. Hey, Karima, where you at? You a lawyer. Where you at, man? Yo, y'all studying me out here. Who was the first?
I'm listening.
Now, yo, I'm gonna bring it back. But the first group of people that he says three classes of voters in the community. This is in 1896. He said the first one he said were people that they don't even take outright robbery. They may not do that, but they have jobs. They have jobs that's tied in to the people in power. So that's why they're loyal to that. Then he said the second people are people that go out and pay people to go out and vote. Then he said there's another class of people, small class of people that actually want to change how how the government work and how it serves their constituents. So I'm gonna bring it back because it's important to understand this. Because when we talking about changing our community, talking about people we're gonna work with, whether you're gonna work with the Urban League, the NAACP, Black Lives Matter, NAVC, all these different organizations that may be in your city, non-profit organizations, and like you're talking about sitting down at the table with these people to put together plans to solve the issues in the community, education, homelessness, and these people that you're talking to, they are loyal to the people that pay them, that give them jobs, that pay them for those nonprofits. It makes absolutely no sense to sit at any table to have any discussion with these people about anything. And that's what Du Bois is saying in 1896. He's breaking down the different kinds of classes in the community. Because all of that come with money. Oh, my God, what am I doing here? I hope that they don't turn out like this.
53. Some bad results of Negro suffrage. The experiment of Negro suffrage in Philadelphia has developed three classes of Negro voters. A large majority of voters who vote blindly at the dictates of the party and, while not open to direct bribery, accept the indirect emoluments of office or influence in return for party loyalty.
A large percentage, of those people the people that vote, a large percentage of them, they either work for the city, they take stuff from the city, they exist. Like Fanon said, these are different species of people. It's not like you can talk to them and reason with them. These are a different species. Their whole purpose for existing, their whole reality is counter to yours. They're here to make money off your exploitation. And they will blindly go with whatever the people that are in positions of power that's paying them would tell them to do. That's the first group. He said that's a large part. Remember when we had elections here, we got 4% of the people that voted. We got 2% people that voted. Yo, in the Central Ward, they had an election. I think like 500 people showed up to the election. Who do you think the majority of those 500 people are? These people he's talking about. These people that Du Bois is talking about, that large segment that work for the city, work in the schools, work somewhere in these institutions, that their paychecks is determined by the people in positions of power in City Hall, and the partners that they have at City Hall. Like, what do I mean by that? So you at City Hall, and let's say there's a developer that's here, and the developer is dealing with City Hall. You not only do you have to acquiesce to whatever City Hall wants you to do, but what those developers are on. Because if you're against them, you're against City Hall. You messing up the money. And that's what Du Bois is telling you in 1896. I hope I ain't go on too long. That's the first group. That's the large segment.
Hey,
Remember,
Africa.
Yes,
I guess that's what happened with Willie Parker when he didn't agree.
exactly, exactly. But tell us who Willie Parker is.
Willie Parker used to work for, I think he was corporate counsel. I'm not sure his title, but he definitely worked in the law department. He was the head, and it was a development for Newark that he didn't feel was beneficial to Newark, but other people thought that it would bring in money for them to them, and Willie didn't want to go with it, and so he had visitors come to his house to kind of make him decide otherwise.
Yo,
And
and we know who those visitors were. Hey, yo, listen, yo, I'm telling you, like, you can't make this up. Hey, yo, and this is the crazy part. When I went to school, my teachers didn't open up these history books and teach me history like this. Like, imagine if when you send your child to school, this is how they're teaching them history. They open up the boys, because everybody talk about the Philadelphia Negro, Philadelphia Negro, Philadelphia Negro. They open it up, and they're reading it to the kids in there. So if I had school, that's how my school would be ran. We'll be in there talking about it. We'll be talking, like, we'll discuss it. It'll be like story time. We'll be discuss. I'll be age appropriate kids that are able to understand what we're talking about, and then ask them to apply it to the current condition, and then ask them at that age, 12, 13, 14, because at 12, 13, 14, they understand. You could talk to them, and then you ask them, is it the kind of person you would be? What do you think about what they're doing right here? How do you feel about that? What if you're this person right here that's getting exploited by the moves that they're making, that's affecting you, it's affecting your mother? How would you feel? These are the real conversations we need to start having with our kids. Not telling them when the police pull over, be like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how you survive here. Talk to the police nice. Instead of saying things like that. Showing them before they get to like their 20s and 30s, and then they got to relearn all of this because they know they've been lied to their whole lives about the system they live in. A 1-year-old child just got killed, man, for diapers. That's the society we live in. For diapers, the police shot into the car and killed the 1-year-old child because they said the mother was stealing diapers. I don't even care if she stole a whole box, like the whole thing, a trunk full of diapers, which she didn't. She had a receipt. But you shoot in the car and kill them. Like, what kind of democracy is that? What kind of citizenship is that? But the first group, you just talked about the first group. Let's keep going.
A considerable group centering in the slum districts which cast a corrupt purchasable vote for the highest bidder, and lastly, a very small group of independent voters who seek to use their vote to better present condition of municipal life.
Municipal life. Notice he didn't say these voters are trying to fix the conditions of black people. Remember, this is the Philadelphia Negro. They're trying to fix municipal life. So life down at City Hall, like their relationship with with City Hall, that's a small segment. This one, they're not being bribed. This would be like the elites or whatever in the black community. They're not being bribed. They're just trying to see how they could get government to give them more tax breaks, to give them more stuff for themselves. Not all the masses of black people. Like this is Du Bois talking to us, coming from Comrade Rodrigo. You're well done too, Rodrigo. It was nice and clear. I mean, when I'm listening to this to try to do my stuff, get my stuff together. I mean, you, the General Secretary, y'all been doing a good job. I know I got to read the next couple of ones coming up. I'm gonna read it, but good job though, Rodrigo.
The political morality of the first group of voters, that is to say, of the great mass of Negro voters, corresponds roughly to that of the mass of white voters, but with this difference. The ignorance of the Negro in matters of government is greater, and his devotion to party blinder and more unreasoning.
Yeah, that unreasoning, blinder and more unreasoning. They're just like the white people, but we just worse. Their devotion. But why is that? Why is it like that though? Why are they so devoted? Because that's the only way they see social mobility. They get to look down. Now they can look down at the rest of the black people. Like, look at me. Look what I'm doing. Yo, I saw this dude the other day. The police came here. They were harassing people, whatever. Like, early in the morning, 6 o'clock. No, it wasn't 6. I just came back from dropping the kids. So probably like around 9 something when I saw them lined up on the street. So this dude, yo, he been around for a minute. I been seeing him like trying to get all comfy with the people down at City Hall. But he asking the police a question. Talking about, yo, yeah, where y'all coming from? What precinct y'all coming from? The police officer answering them back. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I mean, I'm like, cause like, I didn't remember him, but he knew me, but I didn't know him. So, what are you doing? Why are you out here talking to the police? He like, I'm like, man, you trying to find out what? I'm like, there's nothing to talk to them about. They're in our community, 9 o'clock in the morning, hunting down people. I'm like, you think they in their community doing that? He like, nah, chill, man, Africa. It ain't about. I'm like, how you know my name? You like, yeah, I know who you are, Africa. I'm like, well, you should know what I be about. And I told him to leave. I don't want to use the language I use here. But I told him to leave. I got the video. I called him a pig, a cop. I mean, get out of here. These people have been around forever, always trying to get deals, trying to get close to government, trying to get close to the people in power so they could use that little bit of power they got against all of us. Because they can't really go at the power structure. So they'll be, look, devotion to party, they blindly, whatever. I think you say blindly, and more on reasoning. Like, you can't even talk to these people. Yo, try to sit down and talk to somebody about Obama. He done bombed Africa. He done killed African presidents. Yo, according to the data, black wealth dropped to the worst it has ever been under his presidency. People lost their homes. My mother lost her home. And he bailed out the banks. But try to talk to these people, the people that celebrating Obama on social media. These are the people they're talking about. You cannot reason with these people. Yo, when I look on my timeline and I see, every time I look, it's like an influencer or it's a politician that's talking about Juneteenth and that's talking about Obama whatever thing they did for him this weekend, opening up whatever goofy museum, the memorialize of Uncle Tom. Treachery, traitors in our society. You see, because we don't have none of that. We don't build none of that. We don't organize to put our money together to build that. See, they do because they got, they got money from the government. They got money from their pimps. Their pimps give them money. Like, how much money you think they spent on that whole building? Whatever they're going to put in there to memorialize Obama for the next generation to follow this coonery. How much you think they spent?
$450 million.
$450 million. I heard double that. $450 million. And the people over there, where is built at? Can't eat. Gentrified out their homes. This is the reality that we live in. This is nowhere you're going to go for the rest of the week is going to talk like this. And if you find a place the rest of the week or anywhere else that you go, that you have this kind of conversation and is this real, show it to me because I want it. I'll be looking for it because then I could work with that person. We could build institutions together, especially if you on that mindset, if you on that wave, that means you stable. You're able to survive out here. So we could put our pennies together and start to build. Those are the people we're looking for. Yo, our party, we don't grow people. We don't grow like that. We probably added like 2-3 people the last year. Last 2 years. This ain't for everybody. Everybody's not committed to this. Most people are selfish, individual people. We're not trying to find everybody because we know it's not everybody. It's a selected group. Even in our daycare, our after-school programs that we have, I mean, we have to start to select the children that we bring in because, like, you work with somebody's child for 3, 4, 5 years, and then the parent just take the child out the program for whatever reason because they, you know what? The last kid that was taken away, that left the program, the parents said, you don't want to do boxing no more. So he's been boxing for like 6, 7, 8 years. Now he's just saying, I don't feel like doing it no more because he don't want to get punched in the face. Instead of learning how to move his head, he don't want to get punched in the face. He don't want to work that hard. He don't want to leave, come out of school, do his homework, train, go home. He don't want to do that no more. He just want to play roadblock. So he go to the mother like, yo, I don't want to go no more. The mother be like, all right, you ain't going. Instead of understanding, we're trying to build discipline. That's the marriage that we in. Of course, we offering it for free, but we work hard. We're feeding your child for free every day. We're picking them up every day. We're working with him, teaching him how to read, doing his homework, doing everything that you can't do because you got to be on the plantation. And then when he gets to a certain age, when he's like 14, 15, and he want to go outside and play with his friends, go run around with girls and stuff, you'll call my phone like, yeah, I don't think he's going to be coming no more. Because you're not really built for this. This ain't for you. This is not for you. We're trying to build revolutionaries. We can't save everybody. And we're going to be changing the way we do things. I've been thinking about this for a minute. Because we just bring everybody in. Bring everybody kid. And then you have no idea how many times we've been burnt over the years paying for children to go to school. This is all money from our pockets. There's no white man, there's no white people, no corporations that's putting money in our pockets. We all work. Rodrigo worked. We all work. The General Secretary, Patience work, Poppy work, everybody work. And like they bring their money, bring it together. We put kids in school, paying for them to go to private schools, taking them to school early in the morning. We've been doing this thing for almost 20 years now. And then when the parents feel some type of way, when the kid don't want to do it, instead of teaching them discipline, they allow them to quit. So all that energy, all that time, all that money, everything we've invested, we see them getting locked up now. And everything we've done was basically for naught. But while the Obamas gave $400 and something million to go build a museum to memorialize their Uncle Tom and selloutness, we don't have the resources to go build that. So it's not institutionalized for the future generations to look up and be like, yeah, I want to be like General Secretary Patience that dedicates her life and works on the plantation. Then when she gets off the plantation, she's helping people find a place to stay. She's giving political education classes. She has an after-school program. Oh, I want to be like Captain Patience. Captain Patience, yeah, we got Patience Senior and we got Patience Junior. Captain Patience been around since Occupy. She's 20-something. She's like 22, I don't know, 22, 23 now. I don't know how old she is. But she's been around since Occupy, going to protests, holding up signs. Whose schools? Our schools. These are the people that you want to be like. People that are selfless, that go to school. They don't go to school to learn how to make money. They go to school to learn how to benefit the community that they live in, the society they live in. That's who you want to be like. You don't want to be like somebody that went to Libya and killed the president and stuck a knife up his rectum. That's not the kind of black person you want to be. You don't want to be the kind of black person that put out a bounty on a shot of Shakur. That's not the kind of black person you want to emulate. Or one that's going around to black and brown countries, dropping bombs on them, killing people at wedding parties. Everything I'm telling you, you can Google it. They did it. Remember drinking the water? This ain't water. This is like a little fruit juice thing that General Secretary Patience made for me. But remember Obama grabbing that water and drinking that water? Well, fake like he drank it at Flint. At Flint, he faked like he drank the water. When people was out there dying, being poisoned by the water, Obama went out there and acted like the water was good, the water was safe. The water in Flint is still poison. These are not the people you want our children to want to emulate. But they give him $400 million for him to do that. Why? Because they own him. And he has done a great job for them. And you see the celebrities, all these people going out there celebrating it. But let me keep going, man. We ain't never going to get to the end of the video. But he just talked about the third group. He said there was 3 classes of black voters. The ones that work for City Hall, they already bought, ain't no talking to them. Then you got the ones that go out and just buy votes. You know, like, what's her name, MacGyver? She said her grandmother went out and collected. How many votes did her mother collect?
Like over 1,000 votes in like less than 24 hours.
In less than 24 hours. MacGyver, whatever her name is. She said
impossible.
Yeah. She said her mother, that's older than her, that's a senior citizen, went out and got thousands of votes, whatever, in like 24 hours. This is they bought she, but you know what? This is how they move today. And then when somebody highlight those contradictions, people look at me like, yo, why are you talking about them? Because you got to show people, the people not to follow. Because in our community, we now think the police are cool. They tell us to talk to the police, to go snitch. When in the history of black niggerdom have we ever snitched or went and talked to the police like these are our friends? But these black leaders, this is what they tell us, to go tell the police. Now your whole relationship, your home, is being dictated by the state. Yo, go to court. Every case in there is now domestic violence. It's not that many drugs. Ain't nobody shooting nobody. When you go to jail, you think all them people sitting there is because somebody got shot, somebody got killed, somebody got stabbed or raped. Most of them is DVs and drugs, domestic violence and drugs. These are the people that sitting there. Now they are in our homes. If your husband make you mad, you'll call the police. We're going to come and grab him and lock him up. So if you don't have no power to hurt him, call the police. If she pisses you off, she does something you don't like, call the police. Say she hit you. Because when you get locked up, they're not letting you go if it's DV. You got to sit till you see the judge. And the judge might be like, yo, man, you might need to sit for a little bit. I mean, we're going to see you like in 2 more weeks. That's your job. That's your home. That's your children. Everything that you have, gone. What kind of society behaves like that? Yo, people say I'm wild, that I'm a savage, I'm crazy. That's nuts. A couple argue. That person should lose their job, they should lose their home, they should lose their children. What? That is crazy. Crazy. I mean, and our relationship is dictated by the government, by City Hall. We have no control. So we say, build our own institutions. We should come together, organize a community, go find people that are interested in building these institutions to serve our people. Yo, there's no money in that. I'm not getting rich. I'm not getting. Man, I live in Newark. I live in the South Ward. We're not trying to get rich and move out. Yo, if we all ain't gonna get it, if we all ain't gonna win, yo, I'm gonna be here with everybody else. Like Malcolm said, I'm a field nigga. I'm not a house nigga. I'm a field nigga. I love being in the field. I love being with the people in the field. I don't even know how I will behave in the house. I'll be wilding in there. I got jokes. I mean, I don't think I could make it in the house. Word up. I couldn't make it there. All the stuff they got to do, all the bootlicking they got to do to be in the house, man, I couldn't do it, man, because I got to tell the truth. But anyway, that was the third class he just talked about.
Add to this the mass of recent immigrants from the South with the political training of Reconstruction and postbellum days, and one can easily see how poorly trained this body of electorate has been. Under such circumstances, it is but natural that political morality and knowledge should be even slower in spreading among Negroes than wealth and general intelligence. One consequently finds among those of considerable intelligence and of upright life such curious misapprehensions of political duties as is illustrated by the address of the Afro-American League to the mayor of the city, February 8, 1897. Mr. Mayor, we desire first and foremost to tender you our profound thanks.
Hey, hold up, yo, because like y'all don't be paying attention. Yo, y'all need to listen to this text message that bro sent to the mayor, man. Yo, I need some more of this. But yo, y'all need to listen to the text message that bro sent to the mayor. Yo, I'm gonna bring this back a little bit. I need you to pay attention to what this dude said to the mayor. Listen closely. Let me bring it back just a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, right here. Go ahead.
Of political duties as is illustrated by the address of the Afro-American League to the mayor of the city, February 8, 1897. Mr. Mayor, we desire first and foremost to tender you our profound thanks for the honor of this cordial reception. We regard it, sir, as proof of the recognition on your part of that just and most admirable custom of our country's government, which permits the subjects of
our country's government. Listen to these are black leaders. These are the leaders in the black community that have the ability to build institutions and aid their people. What is move this over right quick. However humble may be their condition in life to see their rules as, let's continue.
However humble may be their condition in life to see their ruler as well as feel the workings of his power. We are here to say to Your Excellency that the colored citizens of Philadelphia are penetrated with feelings of inexpressible grief at the manner in which they have thus far been overlooked and ignored by the Republican Party in this city in giving out work and otherwise distributing the enormous patronage in the gift of the party.
The patronage, remember the bribery we were just talking about, giving out these jobs. You see, they're asking for jobs in the system. They're not asking for liberation. Yo, they already cut the deal already. Yo, we keep talking about a social contract that we all live with, that a social contract that we sign to go to work, to pay taxes, for them to take all our money, to make us work till we die. The social contract that somebody signed before we even got here. These are the people that signed the social contract, trying to line their pockets, get jobs for them and their families. You're listening to them. These are the black leaders. This is them talking to the mayor back then.
We are therefore here, sir, to earnestly beseech of you as a faithful Republican and our worthy chief executive to use your potent influence, as well as the good offices of your municipal government, if not inconsistent with the public weal, to procure for the colored people of the city a share at least of the public work and the recognition which they now ask for and feel to be justly due to them, no less as citizens and taxpayers than on the basis of their voting strength of something over 14,000 in the Republican Party here in Philadelphia.
So what do they use? They use the masses of us. 14,000, because 14,000, you don't have 14,000 bougie Negroes in Philadelphia in 1896. Yo, he's talking about the masses of us. They're going to come to us, and they're going to use us to go support whatever candidate that they got, just like right now. What was her name? The one that ran for governor. You didn't see all them black people, all them black politicians, all them Democrats in the community coming out having fish fries, telling black people to go vote for that governor, for that woman. Then as soon as she go into office, she the one that brought the horses and the state troopers to brutalize people right in North. But they told us to go vote for her. Your rent went down since she became governor. Food went down. Gas ain't go back down to like 2 something. Gas, if you didn't remember, I remember. Gas is like $2.30. Gas is like $2.30 before the war. Gas is like at 4 something now. It may have came down a couple of cents, but it ain't dropped back down to 2 something yet. She ain't bringing that down. She's not bringing the price of living down. That's not what their duty is. Their duty, her duty, is to maintain the status quo for the people that's getting, that's receiving the that's receiving what? That's receiving the means of the surplus, receiving the surplus, the money that we all work for. These group of people, these corporations, these millionaires, these billionaires, because I believe she's a millionaire herself. She come from money. These people, they serve billionaires, and their corporations, they don't serve the people. And then you got the Negroes, the black politicians. Dude, that's what Du Bois is telling you. The black politicians, the black elites, intellectuals that go out and tell these people, we're going to go get all these black votes for you. All you got to do is keep hitting us off, and our duty is to go get these votes for you. Give us some jobs at City Hall. Give us some jobs at the schools. Let us become police officers. Let us go into the police department. Let's bring black people into the police department. Make everybody think like this is a democracy. We're going to work for you, Master. We're going to serve you. Whether you in Master House, you on the plantation in the big White House, or you at City Hall, or you work in the school system. All these people serve the state.
As the chosen organ of this body of men, I am actuated by a due sense of their earnestness of purpose in this matter, and I regret to be inadequate to the task of convincing you, Mr. Mayor, of the deep interest which is being universally manifested by the colored elements in Philadelphia in this somewhat important question. The colored people neither ask for nor expect streams. We only claim that our loyal fidelity to the Republican Party should count at some time for some benefits to at least a reasonable number of the colored race. When
a reasonable number, you hear that? It ain't for all of you. It ain't for all of us. Right there you go, right there. Should count at some time for some benefits to at least a reasonable number of the colored race. A reasonable number, 2%, 3%. That they got. The bougie Negroes that they got a list. They got a list of Negroes that are worthy to get this stuff, these crumbs. And then these people going to come to us and tell us about the, what Fanan said? The specifics. Hey, General Secretary, do you remember how,
It's
you remember how Fanan put it? Huh?
It's a specificity. I don't know.
Yo, I don't remember.
Specificity?
There you go.
Say it again.
Specificity.
Yeah. Hey, yo, to explain to us that word, and the importance of us being loyal to this system. They'll run these black people out in front of us over and over and over, generation after generation after generation, while at the same time they're killing away those that's trying to liberate the people. They're killing Fred Hampton, they're killing Huey P. Newton, they're killing Dr. King, they're killing them all. And then they're taking their blood and they're rubbing it on in their clothes. And they're telling you that they are king. They are the legacy of king. These are the people that are writing this letter. This is not a fake letter. This is in 1896. Du Bois went and got this letter that these Uncle Toms wrote to the mayor, demanding what we see today, that they get access to resources, and they're going to influence the masses of us. Yo, I keep saying it over and over and over. I never thought that black people would go to the end of time at the bottom of society. But time is running out. And I'm not being hyperbolic like I told you. Yo, they're going to AI. The world is changing. They no longer need human labor like they used to in prior generations. Like need you to pick the car and do all that. They don't need that. They don't need human beings like that no more. I'm talking about the people, the billionaires that control this world. They don't need people on the plantation. They got robots now. It's AI. So all these people are going to be losing their jobs. It's not going to stop. Because we're like the system is not here to take care of us. We're here to be like batteries for the system. And they don't need us no more. Man, I don't remember last time I had a double A, triple A. I don't use batteries no more. Remember I used to have Walkmans, all that stuff. I don't need batteries no more. So I don't use them no more. We are like batteries. It's coming down to the end. Yo, we're in the fourth quarter. And we don't even know we're in the game. As a people, masses, we don't even know we're in the game. It's like 2 minutes left on the clock. We just walking around. Booty holes. That's all we're talking about. Talking about silly stuff. 2 minutes on the clock. Now, it's real. It's real. Listen to these people. This is in 1896. They basically wrote a letter to them sell everybody out.
At some time for some benefits to at least a reasonable number of the colored race when our friends are installed into place and power, and cherishing as we do, sir, the most implicit confidence in your justice as the chief executive of this great city, we firmly believe that this is the most unfair treatment of which our people now complain would not fail. When brought thus to your attention in moving you in our humble behalf. We therefore have here to present for your candid consideration a paper containing the names of some worthy and reliable men of our race, and they are respectfully urged for appointment as indicated on the face of that paper, and out of a desire, Mr. Mayor, to facilitate your efforts. Should you take favorable action upon this matter, these men as well will state have been selected as near as possible from every section of the city, as well as upon the proof of their fitness for the places named.
You heard that? Those people, how are you going to talk to those people? They got a list. He already got a list. He didn't say all of us. He didn't say me. I'm not going. My name ain't on that list. My name ain't never going to be on that list. Because I ain't going to agree with nothing the mayor says. Your name ain't on that list. Most likely. Your name ain't on that list. You don't have that stock. If you don't have that character for your name not to be on that list, you don't have that stock. It's deep. But they're giving up a list. This is not something like I made up. We watching a movie and they're just talking about stuff. This is real life. What these black people did, the same thing these black people did here. Like when they went out, look, when they started giving people needles a couple of years ago, according to the studying, according to the stuff I've looked at, yo, it was real. Old people were susceptible to what was going on. I don't want to say the word out here because they be banning stuff. You can, because we try to put this stuff on YouTube when we done. But when we were taking needles a couple of years ago under Biden and them, when Biden came in, we started taking all these needles. Yo, they brought all these people to come tell us all kind of stuff to take the needle. When we knew that the report was out, this is a certain amount of the people at a certain age. Yo, if you're a certain age, grandma, look, you need to go over there and go make sure you're okay, because this is attacking people in your age group. But children, no. Young adults, no. And then if you already got it, like you're just walking around like me, and you got it, once you got it, you build up an immunity. So it don't matter what you do. It don't matter if you take 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 shots. It doesn't matter because you built up an immunity, and that's the best way to deal with any of that. But that's not what they was telling us. Yo, I remember de Blasio sitting on TV talking about, I got fries. If you come take this needle, we're going to give you fries. We're going to give you pizza. Man, I think they were giving out guns. Man, I swear, I think they were giving out guns. If you Google that story, they were giving out guns. You know how we got all this gun problem? They was talking about gun problem. But when it's time to get the needle, yo, they gave people guns to go get them needles. Why? Who are they doing it for? Because most people think like these people, like the president. Think the president is the one with the powerful one. He got all the power. Wherever the president wants, that's what he's going to get. The president's a stunt dummy too. It's controlled by the billionaires. He's just a figurehead. And he do what they tell him to do. So if the people tell him, if the people that control the billionaires that's running Israel, that's running the American government, if they say like, yo, we want to go get Iran, we want to go take their oil, we want to go to Venezuela and take their oil, we want to go here and do, man, he going to do what they tell him because they gave him the money for him to be where he at. It's really simple. Yo, I used to think people from the hood were the smartest. Like we could peep game. But all of that is a lie. People from the hood dumb just like everybody else.
The organization which here speaks is not large or nearly as representative as it claims to be. It is simply a small faction of outs who are striving to get in.
Yeah, that? It's not a large group. It's just a small faction. This letter, he said the people that wrote this letter, it's not a large group of people. It's a small faction that are outside of the political game, the white man political game, but they're trying to get inside. And these are all their strategies in how to get in. They will try to buy their way in.
The significant thing about the address is the fact that a considerable number of fairly respectable and ordinarily intelligent citizens should think this a perfectly legitimate and laudable demand.
But where is this Du Bois? Like, where is this Du Bois through the whole book? You hearing him? He like, yo, how these, like, how you think this is even reasonable? Like, I would say that because I'm like, these people will never keep their words. I mean, they're always going to turn their back. They betrayed everybody. I mean, look at C.L.R. James. Go read that. He's going to tell you that. In the Black Jacobins, he's going to tell you can never trust his people. There's a whole quote in there. You can't trust his people. There's no oath. There's nothing that they won't break. But I don't think that's what Du Bois is talking about. But I don't care. I'm going to just take this for what it is.
This represents the political morality of the great mass of ordinary Negro voters. And what more does it argue than that they have learned their lesson well and recited bluntly but honestly?
And remember, he said the Negro voters are not the masses of black people. The masses of black people don't vote. You could go look at whatever statistics you want to look it up. You go get whatever paperwork you want to get, whatever data. You look at that data. The masses of the people, especially in our communities, don't vote. We just had elections. 2%, 3% show, 4%, maybe 5%. And these are all the people that work in government. I'm gonna keep saying this over and 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 over. These are all political operatives and their families and the association, people that benefit from what City Hall is doing. They're overwhelming, 95%, 97%. of the people in the society do not benefit from what's going on down at City Hall. And this is not what I'm making up. This is the data that's already out there that you're not going to see, because all these people are in front of you lying to you. They're paid to lie to you, to keep you ignorant.
What more do the majority of American politicians and voters today say in action, if not in words, than, here is my vote, now where is my pay in office or favor or influence? What thousands are acting, this delegation had the charming simplicity to say plainly and then to print. Moreover, one circumstance makes this attitude of mind more dangerous among Negroes than among whites. Negroes as a class of poor and as laborers are restricted to few and unremunerative occupations. Consequently, the bribe of office is to them a far larger and alluring temptation than to the mass of whites. In other words, here are a people more ignorant than their fellows with stronger tendencies to dishonesty and crime, who are offered a far larger bribe than ordinary men to enter politics for personal gain. The result is obvious. Of course I'm in politics, said a Negro city watchman. It's the only way a colored man can get a position where he can earn a decent living. He was a fireman by trade, but Philadelphia engineers object to working with Negroes. If this is the result in the case of an honest man, how great is the temptation to the vicious and lazy? This brings us to the second class of voters, the corrupt class, which sells its votes more or less openly. The able-bodied, well-dressed loafers and criminals who infest the sidewalks of parts of the 5th, 7th, and other wards are supported partly by crime and gambling, partly by the prostitution of their female paramours, but mainly from the vast corruption fund gathered from office holders and others, and distributed according to the will of the party boss. The Public Ledger said in 1896, it is estimated that the Republican City Committee realized nearly, if not all, of $100,000 from the 1.5% assessment levied upon municipal office holders for this campaign. 53.
Hey, yo, I like how you did that, Rodrigo. Oh, did it start over?
53.
I know it didn't start over.
Seek to use
What are we?
That's the stuff that wins when you live in a ward. This condition of affairs continued all day.
Dang.
16th Division, and then on the mortgage anybody, Reed and the others would have vouchers ready. Did they use money? There was a good deal of money through the division. We wasn't even allowed to mark ballots for our own people who asked for help.
Yo, man, I hate
Republican voters. This leaves $60,000 at the disposal of and lazy. This brings us to the second class of voters, the corrupt class, which sells its votes more or less openly.
Yeah, I had to bring that back, but I had hit some and they came back, but I'm back where we was at. My apologies, y'all, but we right here.
The able-bodied, well-dressed loafers and criminals who infest the sidewalks of parts of the 5th, 7th, and other wards are supported partly by crime and gambling, partly by the prostitution of their female paramours, but mainly from the vast corruption fund gathered from office holders and others, and distributed according to the will of the party boss. The Public Ledger said in 1896, it is estimated that the Republican City Committee realized nearly, if not all, of $100,000 from the 1.5% assessment levied upon municipal office holders for this campaign. Of this sum, $40,000 has been paid for the 80,000 tax receipts to qualify Republican voters. This leaves $60,000 at the disposal of David Martin, the combined leader. How is this corruption fund used? Without doubt, a large part of it is spent in the purchase of votes. It is, of course, difficult to estimate the directly purchasable vote among whites or among Negroes. Once in a while, when thieves fall out, some idea of the bribery may be obtained. For instance, in a hearing relative to a 3rd Ward election. William Reed of Catherine Street below 13th was first on the stand. He was watcher in the 5th Division on election day.
But we got too many videos. I would have showed the video of what's his name, General Secretary. What's his name? Muhammad, the one that's going to that said the feds be coming to him.
Alif Muhammad, yes.
Alif Muhammad. You will see, like you say, when they fall out. When they fall out, you get to see what's really going on. Are they going inside Alif Muhammad's office and they demanding he give contracts to these developers? How else do they spend the money? When they go to these senior homes and they take these seniors to Atlantic City, yeah, you're gonna watch during election time. They have TVs. They go inside these senior homes, they give away TVs, they give away laptops, they make sure everybody in that senior home gets something. They bribe the seniors, and then they bring the buses and the trucks on election day because they coach them up for these people to go out and vote for them. Yo, that's your 2-3%, 4% of the people in the city that's voting. They go to all the senior homes, and if you're not in their team, because they control the senior home, they control the people that work in the senior home, so you're not even getting through the door. When you talk to people that run for office, they can't get inside these senior buildings to talk to the seniors because the person that works in the office has a relationship with the people down in City Hall. So she's not allowing nobody to come in there and speak to the seniors that's not on their team. Yo, this is the game they play. How are they using the money to be able to buy and steal votes? It's not like they're going outside and giving people money like, yo, here, go vote for us, like anybody that just walk up. Yo, it's strategically done. And all this stuff is legal that they're doing. They have legalized all this bribery, all this embezzlement, stealing. This is where the real criminals are. But you convince everybody that you should get the police to go lock up people for selling weed, for selling drugs. These are the bad guys. They don't control no property. They don't control no buildings. They don't control no schools. They don't control the police. But these are the people that's making the community bad. These petty drug dealers and chain snatchers. You convince everybody. You stand up there, they stand up there, these politicians, the celebrities, all these people making speeches blaming the drug dealers and people in the community that have no power. Drug dealers that they have created through their institutions. Fail them in schools. Their parents have no money for no jobs. They can't pay rent. They can't take care of themselves. The kids are in the streets. They work in 2-3 jobs to try to survive because you have created this reality. And then their children is who you target to make money from as cattle. To send them through the school to prison pipeline. All these things that we know about. This is how they steal elections. These are all the things they do. So all them old people in them senior homes, dumb too. They worse than the damn drug dealers. Yeah, I said it. They're the one that maintain this system over and over. The people in the city have given up. There's a no vote. Like, what is it? A no what? No confidence vote. There's a the people don't even show up. They're not even busy trying to tell you we ain't got no confidence in them no more. We just ain't going to show up. So how is the system still allowed to exist if over 97% of the people don't even believe in the system?
Do you make up any election papers for voters? Asked Mr. Ingham. I marked up about 70 or 80 ballots. I got $20 off to Robert's brother and used $100 altogether, paying the rest out of my own pocket. How did you spend the money? Oh, well, there were some few objectionable characters there to make trouble. We'd give them a few dollars to go away and attend to their business. Then he addressed Mr. Ingham directly. You know how it works. I gave them $1 to buy a cigar. And if they didn't want to pay $1 for a cigar, why, they could put it in the contribution box at church. Was this election conducted in the usual way? Inquired Mrs. Sturt. Oh, yes. The way they conducted in the 3rd Ward with vote buying and all the rest of it. Did the other side have any money to spend? Saunders had $16 to the division. What did your side have? Oh, we had about $60. There was money to burn, but our money went to 3 people. The other fellas saved theirs. I spent mine like a sucker. James Brown, a McKinley citizen worker, began his testimony indignantly. Election Why, Reed and Morrow, the judges of the election, run the whole shooting match, he declared. It was all a farce. I bought voters up, and Reed would take them away from me. When we challenged anybody, Reed and the others would have vouchers ready. Did they use money? There was a good deal of money through the division. We wasn't even allowed to mark ballots for our own people who asked for help. The judge would ask them if they could read and write. When they said yes, he'd tell them that they were able to mark their own ballot. There were even some people who wanted to mark their own ballots. Reed would simply grab them, mark the ballots, whether they like it or not. Lavinia Brown, colored of the rear of 1306 Cater Street, said that Mr. Bradford was judge on election day of the 16th Division, and that on the morning of the election she cooked his breakfast. She said that I, Newton Roberts, came to the house, and in her presence gave Bradford a roll of notes, at the time throwing her $2, but she did not know for what purpose he gave it. George W. Green, colored, of 1224 Catherine Street. He said he was a watcher at the polls of the 16th Division. He told of fraud and how the voters were treated. When you offered money? Yes, sir. Lincoln Roberts came over to me and shoved $50 at me, but I turned him down and would not take it because I did not belong to that crowd. Continuing, he said, 7 or 8 men were challenged, but it did not amount to anything because Lincoln Roberts would tell the police to eject them. He also vouched for men who did not live in the ward. This condition of affairs continued all day. Several other witnesses followed, whose testimony was similar to Green's and who declared that money was distributed freely by the Roberts faction to buy over votes. They said that challenges were disregarded and that the election was a farce. Voters were kept out, and when it was known that any of Saunders' adherents were coming, a rush would be made, making it impossible for that side to enter the booth. Philip Brown, a McKinley citizen watcher, said that the election was a fraud. He saw Mr. Roberts with a pile of money going around shouting, "That's the stuff that wins." When he asked what the judge was doing all this time, he said, "Why, the judge belonged to Mr. Roberts, who had full control of the polling place all day." William Hare of 1346 Cater Street proved an interesting witness. His story is as follows. Mr. Lincoln Roberts brought my tax receipt and told me to come around the club. I went and was given a bundle of tax receipts, marked for other men, and told to deliver them. The next day, being election day, I made it a point to watch and saw that every man to whom I gave a receipt came to the polls and voted for Mr. Roberts. I saw Mr. Newton Roberts mark the ballots over 6 times myself. Many of the men mentioned here are white, and this happened in a ward where there are more white than Negro voters. But the same open bribery goes on at every election in the slum districts of the 4th, 5th, and 7th and 8th wards, where a large Negro vote is cast. In a meeting of Negroes held in 1896, one politician calmly announced that, "Through money from my white friends, I control the colored vote in my precinct." Another man arose and denounced the speaker pretty plainly as a trickster, although his allegation was not denied. This brought on general discussion in which there were uncontradicted statements that in certain sections votes were brought in for 50 cents and a drink of whiskey, and men driven in droves to the polls. There was some exaggeration here, and yet without a doubt many Negroes sell their votes directly for a money consideration. This sort of thing is confined to the lowest classes, but there it is widespread. Such bribery, however, is the least harmful kind because it is so directed and shameless that only men of no character would accept it. Next, it is direct purchase of votes.
Yo, he get on my nerve, yo. When he do this class thing, he get on my nerve. Like, rich people don't do bribery. How they became rich? Like, who you think you talking to, bro?
One of the chief and most pernicious forms of bribery among the lowest classes is through the establishment of political clubs, which abound in the 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th wards, and are not uncommon elsewhere. A political club is a band of 8 or 12 men who rent a clubhouse with money furnished them by the boss and support themselves partially in the same way. The club is often named after some politician. One of the most notorious gambling hells of the 7th Ward is named after a United States senator. And a bit.
So just think of political PACs today. Just think of political PACs.
Business of a club is to see that its precinct is carried for the proper candidate, to get jobs for some of its boys, to keep others from arrest, and to secure bail and discharge for those arrested. Such clubs become the center of gambling, drunkenness, prostitution, and crime. Every night, there are no less than 15 of these clubs in the 7th Ward where open gambling goes on, to which almost anyone can gain admittance if properly introduced. Nearly every day, some red-handed criminal finds refuge here from the law. Prostitutes are in easy reach of these places, and sometimes enter them. Liquor is furnished to members at all times, and the restrictions on membership are slight. The leader of each club is boss of his district. He knows the people, knows the ward boss, knows the police, so long as the loafers and gamblers under him do not arouse the public too much, he sees that they are not molested. If they are arrested, it does not mean much save in grave cases. Men openly boast on the streets that they can get bail for any amount, and certainly they appear to have powerful friends at the public buildings. There is, of course, a difference in the various clubs. Some are of higher class than others and receive offices as bribes. Others are openly devoted to gambling and receive protection as a bribe. One of the most notorious gambling houses of the 7th Ward was recently raided. And although every schoolboy knows the character of the proprietor, he was released for lack of evidence. Still, other clubs are simply winter quarters for thieves, loafers, and criminals well known to the police. There are, of course, 1 or 2 clubs, mainly social and only partially political, to which the foregoing statements do not apply, as for instance the Citizens Club on Broad Street, which has the best Negroes of the city in its membership, allows no gambling and pays its own expenses. This club, however, stands almost alone, and the other 12 or 15 political clubs of the 7th Ward represent a form of political corruption which is a disgrace to the civilized city. In the 4th, 5th, and 8th wards, there are 10 or 12 more clubs, and probably in the whole city, the Negroes have 40 such places with a possible membership of 500 or 600. The influence of these clubs on the young immigrants, on growing boys, on the surrounding working people is almost deplorable. At the polls, they carry the day with high-handed and often riotous proceedings, voting repeaters and colonists often with impunity. Among the great mass of Negro voters, those whose votes cannot be directly purchased, a less direct but in the long run more demoralizing bribery is common. It is the same sort of bribery that which is today corrupting the white voters of the land, viz. A. Contributions to various objects in which voters are interested. B. Appointment to public office or to work of any kind for the city. Men accept from political organizations contributions to charitable and other objects which they would not think of accepting for themselves. Other less scrupulous get contributions or favors for enterprises in which they are directly interested. Fairs, societies, clubs, and even churches have profited from this sort of political corruption, and the custom is by no means confined to Negroes. A better-known method of political bribery among the mass of Negroes is through apportionment of the public work or appointment to public office. The work open to Negroes throughout the city is greatly restricted, as has been pointed out. One class of well-paid positions, the city civil service, was once closed to them, and only one road was open to them to secure these positions, and that was unquestioning obedience to the machine. The emoluments of office are a temptation to most men, but how much greater they are for Negroes can only be realized on reflection. Here is a well-educated young man who, despite all his efforts, can get no work above that of porter at $6 or $8 a week. If he goes into politics, blindly votes for the candidate of the party boss, and by hard study and astute work persuades most of the colored voters in his district to do the same, he has a chance of being rewarded by a city clerkship. The social prestige of being in a position above menial labor and an income of $60 or $75 a month. Such is the character of the grasp which the machine has on even intelligent Negro voters. How far this sort of bribery goes is illustrated by the fact that 170 city employees are from the 5th Ward, and probably 40 of these are Negroes. The 3 Negro members of the machine in this ward are all office holders. About 1/4 of the 52 members of the 7th Ward machine are Negroes, and 1/2 of these are office holders. The Negro's record as an office seeker is, it is needless to say, far surpassed by his white brother, and it is only in the last 2 decades that Negroes have appeared as members of councils and clerks. In spite of the methods employed to secure these offices, it cannot as yet justly be charged that many of the Negro office holders are unfitted for their duty. There is always the possibility, however, that incompetent Negro officers may increase in number, and there can be no doubt but that corrupt and dishonest white politicians have been kept in power by the influence thus obtained to sway the Negro vote in the 7th and 8th and other wards. The problem of the Negro voter then is one of many problems that baffle all efforts at political reform in Philadelphia. The small corrupt vote of the slums, which disgraces Republican government, the large vote of the masses, which mistaken political ideas, blind party loyalty, and economic stress, now holds in prison and shackled to the service of dishonest political leaders.
I got some fruit in my mouth. But yo, I couldn't say it better. Everything that Du Bois said is the same thing that's going on today. That's going on at City Hall. The bribery. And like people try to convince these people, like Akeisha Yuri, try to convince her that the problem in the community is not the people. It is those in position of power that have taken their homes away, gentrified their communities, no jobs. No, Keisha Yuri is telling us the problem is us. That's why they got cameras all around in our community. We just need to change our life. Like they got offices inside the building with the police. They work with the police. That's how you change our communities. It's not that they're paying her for her to be a stunt dummy, a face for imperialism. Nah, it's not that. That's not what it is. She genuinely cares about people. It's not her paycheck. I was looking for this. I was looking for this scene for a minute. As Rodrigo, as soon as I heard you start reading this, I heard you talking about what was going on. The first thing that came to my mind was Boardwalk Empire. Look, if you haven't seen Boardwalk Empire, man, I'm telling you, man, look, I'm giving it 5 stars. I'm giving it 5 black fists, black power fists. Like, the reason why this came to my mind, because I remembered this character in there. And I remember, what's his name? I remember Nucky Thompson, because this is a real story. This is based on a real story in Atlantic City about Nucky Thompson, how they use like prohibition, how they use bribery and all these things to control the city, to control Atlantic City. This is like around, what year was this? What year is this on this newspaper? What year they got on here, man? Oh, I don't even see the year on here. November 40. But what? I don't know what year. Prohibition was like around 19 what? Oh, let me see. What's this? Because you know I'm going to Google it. It's going to stick in my mind. Um, yeah, I'm looking. Let me see who's gonna get it before me. But I want to know what year this was. 1920s. Y'all late. The Boardwalk Empire. It was based from the 1920s. So that's like 20 years after what Du Bois was talking about going on in Philly. And listen to this real quick. Oh, you see the what you call it, the headline: Democrat Fletcher poised for victory in mayor's race. Corruption key issue in Tuesday's election. Yo, this might be really real. This might be like really in history. If you Google this, it might come up. But listen to what happened.
Buy them drinks. Promise them jobs. Do whatever you need to do to get your people to vote.
And once they do, send them over to my ward and have them vote again. I still say replacing Eli was a mistake.
What still? You never said a word about it.
Yo, every time you have a conversation, it's always that guy that always says like, this is good writing. But it's always that one guy that says, like, I told y'all so. You didn't say nothing. He said, what still? What are you talking about? You never said nothing. Yo, I used to love this show, yo.
That was a mistake.
What still? You never said a word about it. I want a big turnout Tuesday. Men and women alike. Hell, no, you'll even get spooks.
What the fuck did you just say?
What? I got my clerk calling the obituaries. He's writing down names.
Yet another Atlantic City politician elected by dead people. It's Halloween, Ed. Get in the spirit. Talk about your absentee ballots.
I hope you're half as amusing during your concession speech.
You see how he's talking to the politician? Because like you thinking like you're the mayor. You're the mayor, the one that's making all the decisions. Look how he's talking to the politician. And this is what Du Bois was just explaining to you. What happened in real time in Philly. They're only down the street. This is Atlantic City.
We need to talk. Hey, come on, more guys. Let's go to the next thing. Close by the other side.
Really?
That's them other Democrats. They paid a nice, pretty picture I was going to be if I throw my weight behind them come election day.
And savvy businessman Shelby White believes them.
Savvy businessman Shelby White telling me believe them. They can pocket their money.
I take it that means you're sticking with me.
Some recognition for my loyalty would be nice.
You realize you put the bite on me every election.
Except this time, you could actually lose.
What do you have in mind?
Oh, 10 grand, new car, and an invitation to that victory party down at the Bits.
Hey, a few chapters ago, Du Bois was explaining. No, it wasn't Du Bois. Yo, I get them all mixed up. But in Fanon, he's explaining in chapter 1. In the first chapter, Frantz Fanon is explaining how these kind of black people, Chalky White, that's the character he's playing. I mean, like they make deals to try to get proximity to the colonizers, the white supremacy, because the time that was the space that Fanon was talking about was different from the space that they're in. But he's saying where he was at, that these people, the black people like Chalky White, in that space, they want to sleep with the master's wife. They want to be the master. And he asked them in this scene right here, he asked them what you want. He told him $10,000. Then he said, I want you to invite me to the party, whatever. Once y'all win, because black people were not allowed there at that time. Black people couldn't go to those spaces. So to them, like that's where he had to be. So what would that be? What's that where they be dressing up, the Met Gala, like things like that, or the inauguration? Well, everybody go to the inauguration now, but by and large, like this are the kind of things that they wanted, and that's what this character was. This character wanted to be white. He saw materialism. I forgot his name in real life. I really don't care. I don't want to know his name. I don't care for celebrities. I ain't B. But his character, like, that's how he died. Attracted to light-skinned black women. Everything had to be like about white. Everything like he wanted to be white because to him, whiteness was perfect. That's what he aspired to be. And he's in this scene right here. Everything that Du Bois was just talking about, how they pay these people for them to come in and come get the vote. That's what he represented right there. And when you challenge these people that the city, that the state, that the government have put in place, and they give them money for them to be able to control where we are at, to buy people, to buy help. They use the government, they use the police, they use the judges to come after you. We had somebody here probably a few weeks ago that said they shot up her house when she was running for office. All the jobs that she can't get in the city, how many times she been fired? She's not the only one that got that story. Everybody got that story. Let me show you this scene. Like I said, if you haven't seen Boardwalk Empire, you should. You should watch. Man, wait till you see what happened to him.
Get your finger out of my face. I don't like about you that bucking wing suit, bright skinned bitch you strut around with. Uppity way you tell the world you better than Dunn Pernsley, when all you be's another jigaboo in a jail cell. Harold C. Madison. How your daddy keep it?
Tolerable, sir. He thank you for the doctor bill.
Noah Hook way.
That's the one.
Things good down at the gold room.
Supposed to work today.
Timothy. Cornelius.
Mama grateful for the turkey, sir.
All righty then. Thursday be done.
Thursday be done. That's Rahman Muhammad, R. Tariq Kenny. Those are the names he was calling. Those are the people that he gave money to. These are the people that you heard him. You're like, how your father doing? Your mother got that turkey? Surround themselves with these people. Today they go on social media. They use their platform. They use their office at City Hall to talk about people in the city. People in the city that are trying to do good for people in the city. They use their platform. I'm telling you, like, sometimes you watch shows and like people just think like it's just entertainment. No, they're putting it right there in your face. This is how power works. And if you're not prepared, you're not organized, you can't fight these people because they got all the bread. You ain't got the bread. They got the police, they got the judges, they got everybody. And you just sitting at home talking about something, you about to go protest. You about to go walk outside, mess up your joints, like hurt your feet, tell yourself to go out there protesting, begging for something when they really control everything. Instead of organizing, where their elections don't even mean nothing because the people don't even care about their elections. We're doing our own thing. We're finding ways for us to survive without them. We're building our cooperatives. Because in building the cooperatives for us to survive, we're building bonds. We're building things that are going to hold us together. That's stronger than just speech. Your money got a way of making people get in line. Then you don't listen to these politicians. You don't listen to their fake gangsters that they send, True V. You don't listen to all those people. Those people don't intimidate you because you got the masses of the people on your side. Amen. And once people like that, once Chalky White, once he act up and he crossed them, once Dr. King, when you act up and you cross them, this is what they do to you. That's exactly what they do to you. See, when they talk about political violence, yeah, I want you to remember. I want you to keep seeing it.
And gang violence. Great.
The people that gave him money, the Zionists that funded him, that paid everything for him to go around talking about black people, talking about all of us like, yo, we don't need, I think it was him, that we don't need to get jobs where we grew up at, go somewhere and go find a job. I think it was him that said that goofy stuff. Like, make all these racist statements and try to justify them. Go out and coalesce the right-wing vote, the racist KKK vote. They paid them to go do that. And then how dare you? You're going to start telling us we can't kill Palestinians? Who you think you are? You hanging up the phone on us? We're going to shoot you right through the neck. Your political violence is in their class. Poor people don't have the ability to commit political violence. We're not even interested in their politics. We don't even pay attention to it. This is where we at. This just happened last year, September 10th, 2025. Everybody saw them shoot them through the neck. It's not just black people. They got white people that they got in position in places for them to spew hatred, to spew lies. They go to these colleges. Why you think he had them colleges signing up all them white people, all them young white children, the next generation? It's the same thing they're doing in our community. It's the same thing. Listen to this real quick.
Awakening of like, oh, the moment I told all those Democratic PACs and whatnot that like, guys, like I'm kind of a leftist now. Like, I'm sorry, I can't cheerlead for the Democrats. I can work with y'all if it's like anti something terrible, sure, but I can't. Like, I'm not gonna do the photo ops and fluff interviews for Democrats. Like, that's not happening. Right. The moment I said that and took that stance, for a good amount of months, all the opportunities dried up. Like, they stopped hitting me up, they stopped reaching out to me when politicians came in town, all of that, as soon as I put my foot down. So to me, it was a perfect example of the box they put us in, and then this, like, Michelle Obama rally I went to that was, like, cheerleading Harris without directly doing it, because politically they couldn't do that legally. They can't, like, vote for somebody. They just have to be like, vote. Yeah, so, like...
Here's Michelle Obama.
Here's Michelle Obama. Yeah, and here's also the part that like creates the emotional attachment. Here's Ciara and Kerry Washington and like all these black women specifically that we love in our culture, and they just roll them out one after another. They've created such a bond with the people we already idolize that it's like telling people stop supporting MLK. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, that's how it feels.
That's crazy. Like, that's crazy to say out loud.
Yo, this brother name is Cam, and this is FD Signifier. Now, they're big on social media. I mean, they have a large following on social media. I think he got his degrees, went to school for media, something like that. And he went to, I think he's a teacher, he taught, whatever, but both of them went to, I think they got their master's I'm not sure if he has his doctorates, but they're on social media, they have a large following. And they're having this discussion, they're going through their political awakening. And they're having this discussion. He's saying the same thing that Du Bois was talking about. It's what the Democratic Party do now. They bring them in. You try to use their platform, pay them, try to use them to get their message out, to reach us in our communities, both of them. And they're coming to they're claiming they're awakening now to what they're seeing. But like, it is what it is. I hear you. I mean, I hear you. But to be in the business that they're in, yeah, that's the same thing.
When you consider the true like legacy of Martin Luther King, but no, it's been incorporated within like. Have you done anything about Jim Clyburn? Are you planning on talking about Jim Clyburn?
He's been on our radar for a little while. I haven't gotten around to it, no.
I would spend some time around Clyburn because to me Clyburn is like a perfect example of like how this psyop manifests itself. Because he is, he's a how this psyop manifests itself. Because he is, he's a representative over like a little whatever district in South Carolina.
Yeah.
That doesn't have any real like regional value for him to be so powerful. But what Clyburn did, along with the Congressional Black Caucus and all these other like black institutional institutions within government, is just like galvanized power. And the thing, shout out to Pascal Rover from This Is Revolution. I actually don't see him there anymore, but he used to be able to do This Is Revolution.
Yeah.
Because this is a comment he made in a video I did years ago where Clyburn has the phone number of every HBCU president, every church pastor, everybody that runs a boys mentoring program or girls mentoring program.
I think I saw that video.
Step team.
Yeah.
Like, so he has those numbers, right? And he has positioned himself as the arbiter between the Democratic Party like resources and these various black entities that need those resources. And so he can come.
Yeah, what he's saying? You hear what he's saying? Clyburn, if you don't remember Clyburn, when Bernie was running against Biden. Biden was getting smoked. Bernie was beating him everywhere. Obama went and sat down. They said they used Obama. Whoever the people with the money, they called Obama up and told him to make all these calls to these people for them to drop out. Got a whole bunch of these candidates to drop out of the election. Like, you see, all this stuff, it just happened, but people forget. I forget too, because there be so much stuff happening and people just move on real quick. But these are things that really happen. Obama called up the other candidates, Buttigieg, whatever his name is, got him to drop out, got the white girl from Minnesota, got all these people to drop out. Like, I was paying attention. And then they went down to South Carolina, and they said that Clyburn gave the gave it to Biden. So people saying around like, how this happened? They saying black people don't trust Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders did not know how to talk to black people. You are a political idiot if you believe any of that. That's how any of this works. It ain't what you say. He's explaining to you how these black politicians coalesce the black vote. Every men's program, boys program, every whatever non-profit organization, they fund it. How do they fund it? They send grants there. They send money there to keep these things alive. They get money from the federal government, bribery, because the mayor, they get bribed from the top. The top send the money down, federal money come down to the city, and when they get this money, they do whatever they want with their money. They open up all these fake organizations, put people in there that they control, and get those people to go out and get out and vote for them. That's what he's explaining to you. That's how Clyburn was able to get all the black people there. Well, the black people that voted, because the mass of the people don't vote. To go get the black people there to go support Biden instead of Bernie. Because they control it. He called up all the senior homes. All of this is strategic. It's not even hard to fathom. I see it. I can see it because like when you look at the numbers, only like 4% of the people voted. It's them small targeted group of people. It ain't small because it's thousands of people that belong to all these different non-profit NGO groups. And they get them out to go vote. And when they go out to vote after the election, they be like the people. The people didn't do nothing. The people didn't go out and say this is what we wanted. The people say we don't trust the system no more. We don't believe in the system, so we're not even showing up.
Need those resources. And so he can come, like, so let's say I'm not a YouTuber. Let's say I got a boys program here in Atlanta and I'm trying to get a building. you know what I'm saying, to work as a after school hangout spot for these boys, right? And I'm, you know, influential in the community, and I'm this or I'm that, but I ain't got no resources. I need money for this building. My community can't afford the building.
Let's stop there, because that's important. So, like right now, I keep saying we need to build our own institutions. We need to build our own schools. We don't have the resources to do that. We don't have the buildings. They have the buildings. They're not giving us the buildings. You have to pay for them buildings. You see, that's where the money comes in at. This is where they use their leverage, because they have the buildings. They have the city buildings. They have all of that because they work for master. They have access to everything. So what do? How do we combat that? There's only one way you can combat that, by us pulling our resources together. And if that's not how we're doing it, then I'm always going to be in the field with you, because I'm not going nowhere until we all decide that we're going to pull our resources together and get off the plantation. We're not going nowhere, because you cannot defeat their machine by any other means. The only way you can defeat them is by us building together. Because once we build together, we are able to sustain ourselves, and they see we don't need them. Then they're going to come frontal. They're going to try to attack us. Because right now, that's asymmetric war, what they're doing against the community. It's asymmetric. It's hidden. It's a little trick from the back. Once we start to build our stuff, we accumulate enough people believe in what we're doing, they're going to come after us. So if you don't know, I'm letting you know that now. There's no peaceful way for you to get out of this. But they're going to come out the shadows. That's when they don't need them no more. They're not going to pay them no more. And you know what they're going to do? When they're not paying them no more to promote them, they're going to come to us, and they're going to be more gangster than us. They're going to be more revolutionary than us. They're going to demand leadership in what we're doing. Because they're not coming to take the back seat. All these Uncle Tom, these mayors, these council people, all these black people that work in the system, that work for the system, they're not. When we build a revolution, we try to organize our way out of this, and when their masses turn their back on them, they're going to come tell us all the books that they've read, all the stuff that they know that we don't know. Because inside their mind, it's inherent for them to think they're better than us. I'm talking about the masses of the people. They done went to college and got their masters from that useless education. They've mastered learning white supremacy. They can't get that stuff out of their brain. They can't get it out of them. Selfishness, individualism, materialism. They can't get that out of them. It's inside them. It's part of their DNA. And we have to understand that. We have to understand that and be able to be saved, to safeguard whatever we have built. But the first stage is us organizing together to build it. Yo, I say it every time I speak. Everywhere I go, I try to keep saying that. We have to organize to build our own institutions. We have to organize to build our own institutions. Yo, it ain't that many people coming out to do it, because they want to see it done first. Most people want to see you do the work, do the hard work, put everything in place, and they could just come in comfortably and just sit in there comfortably. Like, giving it a buck with you, I'm a human being. I'm disgusted by people like that. But as a Panther, that's what they say we got to do. We got to build it. It's never the people's fault. But I'm not perfect, man. I feel some type of way, because it's been years doing our own sports, doing our own after school program, doing all these things to try to get people to see, like, yo, we can do it ourselves. And now you go and sit back till it's successful for you to be like, yeah, I want to come join now. But you don't want to be part of this when we out here struggling. When the police come into our doors locking us up. You don't want to be part of it then. You just want to be part of it when it's... But it is what it is. As a Panther, they say I'm supposed to let all that slide, man. And if I'm a good Panther, if I'm a good communist, I'm a good Marxist, I'm a good Leninist, Maoist, I got to follow the rules. So when those people do come, I have to let them into what we're doing. Even though y'all been sitting there just watching that struggle I have for over... It's almost 20 years. I came home from prison in 2008, where I understood this system for what it was. And I told myself, like, I'm going out to make sure nobody ever come back in here again. I'm going to give my life to that. That's what I told myself when I walked out of prison. So since then, went back to school, got degrees, all of that, still doing this. And then once it done jumped off, now somebody that's been watching me for the last 20 years, they're going to just come in like, hey, yeah, and I'm supposed to take them. But hey, man, that's what Mom said.
If Barbara comes and says, yo, you get everybody to vote against the most progressive candidate in your community, I'm gonna have him cut this check for you. And that's kind of what he's done for the better part of 60 years. But by having that institutional black caucus, whatever, behind him, he positions himself as an inheritor of King's legacy.
Yep.
You'll hear all these people.
And that's where I draw the line. You're not gonna walk around me and act like you're a revolutionary. I'm gonna call you out to your face. They feel some type of way. Who I call out to their face? Baba Zaid, straight fraud and an actor. I call him out to his face. Larry Ham. You're not going to be a sellout, a traitor to our people, and then walk around like you're a revolutionary around me. No, you're not. What's his name? Sharif Imhotep, whatever his name is. He's supposed to be a Black Panther. Whenever I see him, you ain't no Panther. You ain't no Cop J. Reed. You ain't no Black Panther, bruh. You a fraud. You security for imperialism. You're security for the mayor. You work for capitalism. What kind of Panther is that? I don't even. These people just be running around with their little bells, with incense, stinking up the whole community. Then you got Bashir Akiyele, Abadagani. Everybody got their hustle. You think they're going to Abadagani their way out of white supremacy? When these people come around me, I call them frauds. I call them exactly what they are. This is clever right here. I don't even need to play this interview no more. I mean, but this is an interview that he did. Well, let me play it because you're going to hear the white man calling them out.
Congressman Clapper, thank you for joining us right now. Most Democrats think you're a kingmaker.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
And are you pretty confident now this is wrapped up for Joe Biden?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, are you pretty confident now this is wrapped up for Joe Biden?
Oh, yes, I am. I think that Joe Biden has done a great campaign. I think the numbers are coming in very clearly. He is favor. I do believe that when things are said and done over the next 24 hours, he will be declared the winner. All of us are looking forward to that. You know, that I was working hard to try to not only make an endorsement, but to do it in such a way that it would give him this surge, which is what he needed. He just come out of 3 primaries and lost all of them. That did okay in the battle, but it was really...
Like you heard him, he said he was in 3 primaries and he lost all of them. That's when Bernie Sanders was smoking them until he got to him.
Your judgment turned out to be pretty good on that. What is the message you're taking away from the overall election results 4 days out?
Yes.
So what's the message you're taking away from the election 4 days out for Congress, for Democrats in Congress across the country?
It's all about this democracy that we have. It's just an experiment. It has been.
Like, and even if you catch that, what he just said, he said this democracy that we have is just an experiment. Last week was listening to Du Bois, and Du Bois said us trying to vote, participate in the electoral process, that in itself is an experiment. That's what Du Bois said. It's an experiment in 1896. We're in 2026, and he done changed from black people participating in the electoral process as an experiment. He has changed it to the Democratic Party. Democracy, not the Democratic Party. That democracy is an experiment. Remember, I told you, these are the people that sign whatever they sign with these people. That social contract. We didn't sign it. We don't even know there's a contract. Most of us don't know nothing because they made sure we are that dumb. This dude, man. And at this time, they knew Biden was cooked in the brain. They knew Biden's brain was cooked. The whole time they were trying to sell him to us, they knew his brain was cooked. Mashed potatoes. But they're like, the money behind him is the money behind us. He's not really the person. The people behind him is the one controlling anything. So they don't care if his brain is mashed potatoes. They don't care. They don't care at all.
But it's not perfect. You always in pursuit of a more perfect union. And I thought that I would continue that pursuit. And I just thought that Joe Biden would do well with that. That is a pursuit of a perfect union.
How do you want Joe Biden to pay you back?
Did you hear him? How do you want Joe Biden to pay you back? Like, why would you even ask him that? Was that a Freudian slip? How would you want Joe Biden to pay you back?
How do you want Joe Biden to...
Look at his face. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that on national TV.
pay you back?
Pay me back. I don't want anything out of this. All I want is a country that my children and grandchildren can be able to develop in and be able to pursue their dreams and aspirations. I've been around. I'm 4 scores. I'm beyond the promise.
He said he got his 4 scores. He already got his promise. He good. He just worried about his children, and he mean that. His literal children. He's not talking about your kids. But that's what you at home thinking. You thinking like, yeah, he mean our kids, all our children. All he thinking about is his children. He been around. He got his 4 scores. He done lived his life already. Yo, these people done led like good lives. Wait, how old was Malcolm when they killed him? How old was King when they killed him? All the revolutionaries. How old were they? How old was Fred Hampton? Look how old he is. He has lived a long life, insurance, good food, everything, the best of everything that those white people were able to give him to trade on his own people. And these are the people that they're going to be telling your children, when you go to those schools, they're going to be telling your children to celebrate these people, these frauds. Who is this right here? Oh, while we dealing with these people and they're telling us how this is a democracy, this is what we got to do.
There are growing protests outside Memphis after a 1-year-old was killed in a Walmart parking lot when police opened fire on a car. Officers have been responding to...
Yeah. This is what we dealing with. Wait, what do
a shoplifting call. ABC's Morgan has been responding to a shoplifting call. Officers have been responding to a shoplifting call. ABC's Morgan Norwood reports.
A shoplifting call, you shoot inside the car and kill a 1-year-old baby. This is the democracy they're talking about. This is what get Mississippi. Ain't there black leadership out there? This is what the black leadership, when they say, yo, they're carving up the lines, they're taking away black voting power. Those black people screaming all of that don't give a damn about this baby. They don't care about nobody in our community. They just care about them getting jobs, and their children, when they die, are able to walk in their footsteps and get the jobs they had. They just care about their family. Remember, they always told us when we was younger, growing up, hurry up, get your education, and get up out of here. That Uncle Tom, that sellout mentality they put in our brain. And they say get out. They say get out because they knew where we was out, where we was at. We were living, Newark, New Jersey. They knew our communities were predatory. These communities, these politicians, these institutions prey on the people. That we're living through predatory democracy. So everybody, when you was little, everybody heard it. Hurry up, get your education and get out. To hell with everybody. Don't worry about nobody else. Worry about yourself. This is what we learned from the black elites, the black political class. From celebrities like they can't stay in the hood. Like, I can't stay around there. People are gonna rob me. Why would people rob you if you gave them all jobs? Why would they rob you if you build industries that took care of those people? They will see you as a god. If you show those people how to build cooperatives, like let's say one celebrity. Let's say everybody always talking about Oprah. Man, I ain't even gonna bring her up. I mean, but everybody be talking about Oprah. Be talking about what's her name? Queen Latifah. Yo, she could come in the Central Ward, tell everybody that live in the Central Ward, hey, yo, let's come together, put your money together, let's build stuff, let's build things, let's build Home Depot. I'm going to show you all how to do it. I'm going to be the one that's backing it. And now all these people have ownership to something, have ownership to properties. That's not what they do. They come in and buy the property, raise the rents, and throw us in the streets. And then they want us to be happy because they came and they bought property in Newark and they raised the rents and threw us in the streets. That's what they do in our community.
Queen Latifah was part of the gentrification in downtown Jersey City decades ago when I grew up in Montgomery Gateway East, the new houses. And right across it was the Dixon Mills, and that used to be a job for the community many years ago. But then they moved to Pennsylvania and eventually to India. But while they were there, they gave jobs to a lot of people. But once they left, they turned it into
No, but you say they moved to Pennsylvania, then they finally moved to India.
Right. They fooled. Yeah, right. It looked like they were going to give jobs to the poor white community over in Pennsylvania, and they just like only stood there for like a decade, not even a decade or two, before they left. But they eventually turned it into condominiums, and Queen Latifah bought a house, bought an apartment there while she ran the flavor unit, which was not too far from there too. She bought an old firehouse. And she also owned a video store in the building, in the complex, that served the people there. So she's really part of the gentrification process. I'm sorry?
Then I say all of them. I said you're right, all of them.
Right, but she definitely was, and that was the proof. And she would be one of those many celebrities that we see around the area as the years changed and changed the whole area, and most people now live in Bayonne who grew up there, or they live in uptown Jersey City.
Started.
I don't know what's going on. Everything good, General Secretary?
Yeah, I pressed the button by mistake. I'm sorry, but we good.
But yeah, that was an example I wanted to, because I've been hearing you bring her up, and it's like it's valid. I've experienced this. I've seen it for myself that she only served the community that was eventually taking over the neighborhood. As they were putting away people for and throwing people out of the buildings, and then they would gentrify it immediately. Now you can't rent anything in downtown Jersey City.
Nah, you're 100% correct. We see it. I see it here. Instead of trying to build something to try to help the people, because they're always talking about the people. They always talk, no, we care about the people in North, the people in North, the children. They do absolutely nothing for the people. They exploit them. They prey on them. And then people, like the politicians, everybody around us is telling us these are the people that we should try to be like. We should have affinity for these people. We should support these people because they're all working together. We may not be organized. As the masses, we are not organized. But these elite, these managerial Negroes, this middle-class black folks, they are organized. They're strategically organized in how they control what we think, what we see, and what we believe. All our schools, these are the people that are teaching in our schools. These teachers, like I know it's hard to accept this. And remember, if like you're supposed to reject everything because you've been socialized to think one way. So when I say the teachers are worse than the police, you're supposed to reject that because you don't understand how the teachers are bringing up the next generation. How their job is to socialize. The police got the club. Their job is to clunk you upside the head, and that hurt. It's painful for them to lock you up. Yeah, that's hurt. But the other one, you can't feel. The brainwashing of your children, the brainwashing of you, the normalization of this society. This is all done through the professional Negroes. They professionalize the system. They tell us that this is all we can get. They've given up on liberation, on being free. They don't even think about that. They're just trying to find ways to eat off this system. That's who these people are. Like I said, they are a different species. All of them. Because if they were not, they would have to commit class suicide. And they're not willing to commit class suicide. None of them are willing to come and class suicide. How do I know? Ain't none of them here helping to build nothing. We're not asking nobody. We're not asking them to bring their money and come save people. No, you know stuff. Come help organize. It's some of them that are lawyers. They be sending me texts. I know this lawyer always texting me. We go to court. General Secretary go to court with people. She's not a lawyer. This woman will not go to court with nobody. She won't go to court for me. But what are you texting me for? What do you want us to talk about? Like, you sending me all this stuff. You sending me books. You sending me all this stuff. I already know what they're talking about, man. I don't care to read their Uncle Tom books. You got a house. You're living comfortably. Come help me show people how to do this on their own. You got good credit? Come be the anchor to build this cooperatives. But don't be sending me text messages trying to be down to show like you not like all of them. You are just like them. And I don't make that many friends because I tell them. Y'all remember I told this? yo, I don't care. I could fight. Man, I told Calfani to his face that he was an Uncle Tom. Yo, this is my mentor. He's the person that got me into going into sociology to study this society and how it functions the way it does. Dr. Calfani from Essex County. He the one that showed me that. But I went to his office. I'm like, bro, you think you've been working in this institution all these years, making all this money, living in the suburbs, and you don't think you part of the problem? Like, you get paid by the government. Well, you run around talking about you a revolutionary, like you doing this. You getting paid by the government. Like, I'm not, like, it's not like I'm saying nothing negative about you. I mean, the sociologist classes you told me to go to, they're the one that told me that you were Uncle Tom. Like, he asked me, like, you think I'm an Uncle Tom? I looked at him like, yeah. Like, what you mean? Like, this is your job. You the head of the Afrikan Studies Department at Essex County College. And you think they put radicals in those positions? They put radicals anywhere. They put revolutionaries in institutions of white supremacy. Like, who you think you're talking to? You see, but I be playing with them. I don't play. That's why I don't have that many friends. They respect me, but they stay far away.
Chairman.
Mississippi.
Yes.
Going back to the celebrities. Last week they just named a street in Newark after Faith Evans, and everybody in the comment section was like, "How? Like, is she even from Newark? Like, what has she done for the people in Newark?" Like, they just be picking like these celebrities and then giving them accolades and stuff, and nobody in the town even cares or know their impact. Like, these people mean nothing, but the politicians keep bringing them, showcasing them like that's gonna help anybody with anything.
Yo, I'm a say it because I ain't supposed to say it. That's supposed to be politically correct, and I know I ain't supposed to say it. But as soon as I saw her, when I see her, all I think about is a whore. Every time I see her, the same thing when I see people like Obama, when I see all these people, when I see Cory Booker, like when I see her, all I see is a whore. All I see is sex tapes. Like, why are you giving this person a street? What have they accomplished for them to get a street? For you to be able to hold them up as somebody that people in the community should try to be like. What has she done? I mean, that's what I was thinking. And when I was dropping names before, when I said I ain't even going to bring her up, when I was thinking about that, General Secretary, I was thinking about like, yo, they just gave Faith a street. I was about to say that. And I was about to call her a whore like they gave that whore a street. All I know for is a sex tape and sleeping around with Tupac.
So I asked the same question, like, what has she done? Because I could think of a few names that could have street renamed after them. And I was told that because there's certain requirements in order to have that happen. You have to be at least 80 years old or contributed to the community. And, of course, that block has to do a petition, blah, 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 blah. So I was told that Faith Evans had an autism foundation, and she's been doing a couple of other things. But what I wasn't clear on is if it was going on in Newark. Because I know she's back and forth in Newark, New York. She does have some ties to Grumman Avenue. I'm clear on that because my cousin used to hang out with her when she lived on Grumman Avenue. However, why why don't New Yorkers know about this foundation? Because autism is happening rapidly in New York. So those were the questions that I asked when I heard that her name was going to be on the street. I was like, okay, what has she done?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, yo, I just Googled it up. Faith Evans founded Writers Room, Inc., a nonprofit foundation launched to amplify the voices of individuals on the autism spectrum and support families and caregivers of children with special needs. So she launched a nonprofit. So basically, a tax write-off. She gets grants to do whatever she's doing with that. Yo, to me, you don't get a street. Yo, she's the people we're talking about. They're not giving you these grants. You're not getting none of this unless they're using you somehow, some way. These are the people that Du Bois was just talking about. I mean, like, you're not doing nothing. This ain't out of your own pocket. What you're doing is a tax write-off. I mean, and you, like, right here, a nonprofit. There's nothing that's nonprofit. I mean the government, corporations. Somebody's giving you the money to let people, to amplify the voices of, what does that even mean? To amplify, so what, you probably have a parade, you have like a meeting, like you have like, what do you do? And support families and caregivers of children with special needs. What do you do? I work in the city every day, all day with children with special needs. Man, my boy Caden will give you a time for your life. I ain't never seen nobody bring up no Faith Evans. Nobody ever seen no Faith Evans in the hood. But these people come in here, and this is all the charity that they try to use to give themselves credibility off the suffering of other people. I mean, Faith Evans don't deserve no street named after her, or all the people that they be giving street named after them. Yo, this is all to maintain the status quo. They have, like, so you have a whole bunch of young little girls that's watching that, and they're like, Faith Evans is getting a street. Then they go look up, they Google Faith Evans, and they see Faith Evans.
Faith Evans is a groupie.
Is a what?
A groupie.
A groupie? Yeah, she bigger than a groupie, man. She might be the most famous groupie ever. I mean, word up, mess with Tupac, but let me leave Faith alone, man. Let me keep going, man.
Police clashing with protesters and deploying tear gas after a 1-year-old boy was shot and killed by police outside a Walmart just south of Memphis. The fatal shooting unfolding Sunday after officers responded to a report of shoplifting. Police say they saw 2 people fleeing a Walmart with a child. When they tried stopping their car, police say the driver almost hit an officer, and police opened fire.
Yeah, that's the same story, that they almost hit a police officer and they opened fire. The same story, line after lie after lie. And look at the people coming out. See, but this is not how you deal with these people. This ain't how you deal with these people. You are organized. You are organized to build your own Walmart. That's what you do. You organize to build your own institutions. But that's not what these people that have been mobilized to come out here, this is not what they're going to do. They're going to go out here and get hit by tear gas. They're going to go home and they feel like they struck a blow for the fight. For the fight. Anyway.
Like there's growing protest.
Let's go. Let's go to North. Now we're in North. So like everything that Du Bois is talking about, let's play it out in North. LC Boys. North developer charging bribery scheme involving city employees. Fake DHS ID cards. According to federal prosecutors, North real estate developer Menashe David Davitz. I think David Davitz. That's, I don't know, is that a Zionist name? Because you know you can't say the other word. Was charged in connection with their unauthorized participation in the sale of city-owned properties. City-owned, meaning your tax dollars are the one that pay for those properties, and allegedly paid bribes to city employees. So now you're thinking you about to go to City Hall and you're gonna compete for these houses, for this real estate with Menashe, whatever his name is, Menashe David Davitz. You think you about to go compete with him, but he done paid off the people at City Hall already. He done paid off anybody that you're going down there to go try to get the property from. But you know what they're gonna tell you? All these properties been here. How come y'all didn't go try to get them? As soon as these people get them, now you complaining. Because they done paid you off for you to get them properties. Allegedly paid bribes to city employees and local officials, employees, everybody getting paid but us, to avoid accountability for violation at these properties. I wonder who he got mad. I wonder who he pissed off. Because, like, they're not doing this because the federal government, whoever's taking them to court, they're not doing it because they're like, yo, we trying to clean up the system. Because they're all part of it. I wonder who he pissed off.
1 second, Chairman.
Go ahead.
As we read through this story, I want the audience to think about all the parties involved and take notes which party belongs to which classes of people that we just read about in W.E. Du Bois. Remember, he said there were 3 classes of people. Try to match those classes of people with the parties involved.
All power to the people. I like that. Davy DeWitz and his co-conspirator.
Just call him Minaj.
You say what?
Just call him Minaj. Make it easier.
I like messing up his last name, though.
Oh, okay.
Minaj. Okay. Yes, General Secretary. Minaj and his co-conspirators used various interstate wire transmissions to further and facilitate their scheme, including but not limited to emails and text messages. You can't do nothing with your own computer, your own phone. They're going to take that stuff and they're going to say you committed wire fraud. Like, they got the whole game rigged, baby. For example.
Hey, Africa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did they name the workers?
They didn't name no. Yo, you see, look, man, you can't be getting to the end of the story before I get there. They're not naming nobody. They're not naming nobody. So we're just supposed to go through this and not know the people that's still working there that's doing this to us. Why? Because the people that are working there control RLS. They got to put the story out because everybody's reporting it, but RLS is a cop. They cops too. They part of the system. They work within the system. So let's keep going. For example, between...
Wait 1 second, Chairman. What you're about to read is what I cut and paste out of the court documents. So, yes, RLS did a story, but in the court documents, they don't name them. And you're going to see why. This was an undercover investigation, and the city workers, I'm alleging, were the informants.
Damn. About August 23, 2024, and or about August 28, 2024. What you say his name is? Manish and CC1. By the way, CC1, that's what they call that? That's the spy, the snitch. What they call them? CCs. What is that?
Co-conspirator.
Ah, there we go. Oh, nah. Yeah. And CC number 1 exchanged the following text messages, among others, which appeared related to Johnson Street property and official action taken by CC2, co-conspirator 2. Manish, did you take money out of
let me give a context because I think
Go ahead.
they didn't say it. So Johnson Properties, Minaj, he owns Johnson Properties, and apparently some of the residents was complaining, and this is them trying to get rid of those complaints because he wants to do another project with the city of Newark, and he needs to get funding, et cetera, et cetera.
Did you take money out that TD card? See, they got cards where they take money out of. Also, can you get the Johnson violations done today and bring me a printout, please, so I can pay you for that, and I can have it because I will need it today later. You told me I have it in the morning. You say 25 minutes. It's making me look bad. Okay, but please make sure it's a clear picture. I don't know what they did there. With co-conspirator 1, I spoke with her. She spoke to whoever. She needs incentive in order for her to move. Oh,
the her is somebody in another city worker who has the authority to make stuff like this disappear.
So let's go. Come on down. LOL. Also, do you have it yet? Because I got to start heading back. I have a meeting at 3 o'clock. She told me to come down and get it once she stamp it. Yo, this is the city official. They down there. Anyway, if anything, I can meet you near Montville. Okay. I just wanted to send it to the bank before 2 o'clock, but it's already 2 o'clock. Say his email address. Send me an address. I have to bring it to you. She doesn't want to go go the email route. Doesn't want traces. It just really sucks. I can't close the loan I can't close the loan till next week because I didn't get the paper for them in time. I wish we could have gotten it quicker, but it is what it is at this point. In late 2024, during a lawfully recorded conversation with two individuals, individual one, individual two, David, whatever his name is, admitted to his participation in the above described corrupt activity. Specifically, David admitted that he had paid over $13,000 in bribes in exchange for obtaining official action from City of Newark employees, including $5,000 in connection with the expedited CO for the Johnson Street property, which appears to be discussed in the August 2024 text message between co-conspirator 1 and David that are included in paragraph 3 of this complaint. Portions of that conversations are detailed below. We still got it? Oh, okay. Johnson, I think $5 grand. $5 grand, full CO, S whatever T, I don't know. I sold a few properties that I couldn't sell because I blank the permits. Huh? But she got us in one day. Who's that? Do I know her? A lady in, I don't know her myself. The guy told to her, I just know it, whatever. Whatever stealing they got going on there, I don't know what they're talking about.
So Minaj is talking to somebody else, individual 1 and 2. We don't know who those are. We don't know if I don't think they're city workers. But he explaining to them that he has somebody in City Hall that could make his problems go away. And that's who her they're talking about. And the guy is asking, well, do you know her? And that's when he responds.
Yo, I know if I really sit down and not really paid attention, I will know who the her is. But to me, they're all the same. I don't even care who the her is right now. They're all the same, man. They could be the mayor. It don't even matter. It could be Keisha Yuri. It don't even matter. They're all the same people.
Yeah, you don't got to read the rest, but the gist of it, I wanted the people to see how these things happen. Because when people be like you said, oh, you can just go to City Hall. If you're a tenant and you have a complaint about the slumlord, go to City Hall, speak to your council people. You should find relief there. But if you look, these are all the things that are happening in the back that people don't know about and then don't realize that their issues aren't getting solved because of the corruption that's happening. Now, over here, this guy, he's retiring. He only served 20 years on the city council. He's supposed to serve 25 to get all the benefits. And it's not even forever benefits. He wants us, taxpayers, Newark residents, to pay lifetime health benefits for him. And he wants that into law. This is an exception. Like, why should we? I don't even have that type of health. There's millions of people that don't have health insurance, but we supposed to pay for your life until you die. But that's another thing. I feel this is corruption. But this is the thing that city council is fighting for. The people are going down there for housing. They can't afford rent, the water bill, the gas. Everything is high. But city council is pushing for this man to get lifetime health benefits. That's what's important to them.
Yo, Gonzalez 76 is set to leave office on June 30th, serving 20 years. He's the political boss. Yo, you know how much bodies he got on his hands? He's the criminal. For the last 20 years that he's been in city council, how has the residents fared? And how is his bank account fed? Because this is not his only job. He works here making over $100 grand a year, and he's something else. He a big time person in another city office, because that's what they do. They don't only have one job. Sometimes they're principals, they teachers, they basketball coaches, and they also gain six-figure contracts from the city. So these people are basking in the money while people are suffering, people losing their homes. Look at that smile. He probably got property in Puerto Rico. Man, gun to my head, he got property outside this country. These are the people, right? These are the real criminals. But we're not going to say that. People are not going to say that in public. They're not going to hold them accountable. I hold them accountable. That's why they don't like me. You're not going to be taking massive money, bootlicking Uncle Tom sellout trader, and then come around me act like you a revolutionary, that you an activist, like you serve the people. I call you exactly what you are, you dog. Now you want us to pay for you so you could live a little bit more longer. Maybe you could get some AI heart. They build you a whole new brain or whatever these people are coming up with, so you could live forever while we suffer. Look at that grin. He look like he's suffering to you. He like he been catching the hell we catching. He like he been drinking the poison water we been drinking. These people are sociopaths, man. Sociopaths. And this is what everybody's celebrating. This is what they're celebrating. While 1-year-old kids getting shot in the face. I don't even know if he got shot in the face. I don't know where he got shot at. He might as well be the face. He not here. They out here lynching 1-year-old kids. And this is what black people, this black managerial class, because it's not the masses of the people. These sellouts, these traders, Uncle Toms, this is what they're celebrating.
Presidential Center was in part. The grand opening of the Obama Presidential Center was in parts a look back, but also a look forward. And in many ways, the former president and Mrs. Obama.
Kelly O'Donnell. This ain't no journalist. Been working for MSNBC, CNN, whatever people she been working for. What is that? NBC News. And this is what they push. This is what they push to the people. This is what we're supposed to look at as something to want to be like. We want to amount to this garbage. Like last week, they were talking about it. You know, the reactionary Republicans, you know how they be coming. So they said something about her that she a man, and all this black managerial class people are coming on. These celebrities are coming on. I don't care if she a man or not. To me, she look like a sociopath. That's all I care. She got blood on her hands. He got blood on him, her, their children. They're all part of it. They all eat while we starve. I don't have no sympathy for any of them. Yo, all of them could die. It means nothing to me. Because I've witnessed thousands of people die in Newark. People die everywhere. People in the streets, homeless. You think they give a damn about people in Newark? You think they care about our kids? You think they care about that 1-year-old baby that got killed? You think they care about Carmelo? I don't care. I don't really beat Carmelo either. Like, yo, I don't care. Because this is the reality we living in. We not free. And if you lived your whole life, I think they say that boy had a white woman. Like, man, but I don't care. You lived your whole life trying to be white. And then they come back and they bite you in the butt. I'm not telling my son to go out there with them people, to be around them people. That's not what I'm telling my son. Yo, we didn't leave the suburbs when we had we didn't leave the hood when we got our kids. Because let me, if you don't know, I have 3 degrees. The general secretary, my better half, has 3 degrees. If we wanted to shoe shuffle and sell out and move, we could have done so and said we're taking our children to the suburbs to get the best education. That ain't what we did. We stayed here, worked with our children and the children in the community, trying to transform their life and their reality. That's not what Carmelo Anthony parents did. They moved to the suburbs, and they got what they're supposed to get in them suburbs. Because we should know by now that you don't run, that you shouldn't be running. You think Carmelo Anthony's father never heard nobody like me talking? You think he never heard Fred Hampton? But these people believe in the system. So it is what it is. This is the system that we're in. There is no democracy. We are not free. We are not free. They let a few people in to give the illusion that we are free. But those people that they let in, their job is to help them maintain our suffering. And these people here, they call themselves journalists. These are scribes. They just write down whatever the people in power want them to say. And they shove this down the throats of the people. And that's the reason why we got to make our own shows. We got to have our own media. Because if we don't, who's going to tell the truth? Who's going to say nobody in the hood is worried about this? Nobody in the hood posted this. People in the hood don't even care. They're worried about paying their own bills.
Obama says that's what they're most concerned about, engaging the community, being a part of the South Side of Chicago.
Get them engaging the community. What community? The community not in there. The poor people that live in that space in the South Side, they not in there.
Chicago.
For me, this center could not be anyplace else.
It couldn't, because you couldn't afford it anywhere else. The only place you could have it was where black people were at. You gentrified them, removed them out of that space, and then build this museum to memorialize yourself. That's what you're doing.
Hey, Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, what amazes me is that when it's election time, they get all of these stars to come out, do commercials, videos, vote for such and such. But why y'all not in here cleaning up the community? Why we don't see y'all picking up the trash and things like that? That's how you rile people up, not telling somebody to go vote for somebody and that's all you got to say. Where's your actions at? We tired of hearing y'all talk. What actions are y'all doing? And y'all wondering why is a low voter outcome? Because y'all ain't doing nothing. Giving out ham sandwiches and turkey dinners when people suffering. Help them. Like if you was cleaning up the neighborhoods and doing something constructive, like you bringing local unions and teaching people how to do constructions, now you got my attention. But just to come up there and say, hey, vote for my dude, vote for him. Okay, for what?
Exactly. Yo, this guy said I couldn't have put this anywhere. Like, yo, go ahead and finish, Barack.
It's an expression of thanks.
That building is an expression of thanks. Go ahead.
An acknowledgement that so much of what I hold most dear, I owe to the people of this city and the people of these surrounding neighborhoods.
Yo, what did he just say, man? People starving, they ain't got a place to live, they can afford gas. He just put up there, we're going to go with what Karima said, $400 million that he used to put that building up there. That's not going to feed, it's not going to house the people, it's not going to provide them with anything. What did he just say just now? Hold on, let me bring that back a little bit.
What I hold most dear, I owe to the people of this city and the people of these surrounding neighborhoods.
They brought in music. It was like an Obama playlist come to life. Stevie Wonder, Jennifer Hudson, Bruce Springsteen, Common, The Roots, Bono and The Edge, Christina Aguilera, all bringing in different genres.
So which one of those celebrities are for you? You see what they brought up there? I remember when they were trying to tell me John Legend, John Legend was out here during the Obama years. He was out here pushing for charter schools. That's what these celebrities was doing. And they're up there. They're pushing this dude on the people's throats, down the people's throats, telling the people, these are the people you should be like. This is the best of our communities right here. These people, these traitors and sellouts.
Different vibes. At times, even the former presidents were dancing a little bit.
Look at them. They don't even know where they at.
So the Obama daughters were certainly engaged. And their mother, Michelle, gave a special thank you to them, having grown up in this spotlight.
Thank you for bringing so much joy and spirit and energy to a life you had no voice in choosing, and for making us proud every step of the way.
A bit of a family reunion from the Obama years with former cabinet secretaries, members of the team, people who've worked alongside them, but also very much about the city of Chicago and opening the doors to the community here to make this presidential center more than a museum.
You see anybody from the community there? I ain't see nobody from the community there. These people don't look like people from the community there to me. People from the community, people from poor communities don't dress like this. This is not how people from poor communities dress. As a sociologist, I'm going to tell you that now. I don't know how much this dress or whatever she got on costs. People from the community ain't wearing none of that stuff. He don't live in the community. This white man right here, this one with the bald head, the woman next to him, they wouldn't even be in the same space as people from the community.
Doors to the community here to make this presidential center.
Notice they ain't throwing nobody from the community.
The Obama Presidential Center was
in choosing.
but they hope a place where people will come together and really push civic engagement, community activity forward. The grand opening of
I hate these people, man. Yo, real talk, I hate these people. Yo, that's our show for today, man. Do we have anything up here for the camp we starting next week? No, there's nothing up here for the camp. We'll put it up here next week. But look, there's nothing up here for the camp. This is the cash up. This is our stuff. But every year for the last 17 years, we've had a summer camp where we feed the kids breakfast, we feed them lunch, and we work. Yo, so what do we do at the summer camp? Hey, yo, we start at 9. They run the steps because it's a basketball camp. So they run the steps, 20 flights. They run that 2-3 times before we start. Push up, pull up, sit ups, dips. Like if you go through all of this training, I mean you're gonna be physically fit to play in whatever sport you want to play in. Then after we done with push up, pull up, sit ups, dips, we go do basketball. We do ball handling training. They do shooting drills. Then then they play games so we could simulate everything that they did. I mean, like what we doing is comprehensive. Yo, the person running it is Poppy. He's the Minister of Youth Development. He played college ball. He has all his friends that he went to school with, all the other kids that we've been working with for the last 17 years. Not all of them. Some of them are going to be coming back, and they're going to be teaching the class. Well, you know, everything to me, I try to make it like school, baby. But like doing the camps, they're going to come there, and so the drills, everything that the kids do is what they have learned from going to all these universities, from playing in all these big programs. They're going to bring all those drills and all that stuff to bring it to the kids for free. For free. This is a kid. And why are we doing basketball? Because that's what the kids like. So whatever the kids like, that's where we got to go. But we also got football. We got all kind of different stuff that we do. We're going to be taking them swimming. We're going to be going to, what you call it? Great adventure, what you call this, whatever. We're going to go to different places. We're going to go to the movies. Like, this is all the stuff that we've done for the last couple of years. Everything for free for the community. Instead of telling a kid stay out of trouble. Because most of the activities around here, they charge. The city charged the parents to bring their kids to these programs. A lot of money. A lot of money. What is it, South Ward? The South Ward, whatever the people that be over there, the South Ward doing something, Douglas Freeman and them, they charge for their stuff too.
And if they don't charge, you just basically put in a kid somewhere where they just let them run around. There's no structure.
No structure. No structure. You know, the reason why we got this camp is to organize. These are all organizing tools. When you're around a kid every day, all day, I mean, like you with them the summers of their life, of their youth. Every summer you with them. After summer you with them, you're doing after school program. Yo, like that's how you organize somebody. They know if you're a fraud. They know if you're a liar. They know if you even have programs. I mean, that's how we move, baby. I mean, that's what we're going to do again, no matter what. Even if anybody donate, you donate, you don't donate, I don't care. This is my life. This is our work. Whether anybody donate, you will never hear us say, damn, man, yo, we're going to have to shut our program down because we ain't getting no funding. Nigga, you don't want to pay, cool. We ain't looking for you. Yo, we're looking for people that are serious and actually doing things in the community. You heard Karima? She said, when I said they came in the community to clean up. I'm not saying you came in the community to do anything, but they're going to name a street after you. Yo, I'm going to tell y'all something now. When they start giving me awards around here, then y'all be like, yo, African done sold out. It's been a couple of people that called that tried to give us awards, but I don't want to be associated with them. So I'm not going to get the award. Remember, General Secretary? Yeah. We have to find a nice way to say, like, thank you, but no thank you. I mean, because depending on who you are, I do not want that stink on us. We'll get it from the mud, like they say. So starting the 29th, we back at it again for the whole summer. Our after-school program is over right now. The General Secretary, yo, he got that license? When is it, next week? Somebody was supposed to get their license. You was telling next week? Yo, we help people get their license. You try and get your license, you're looking for a job, hey, yo, hit us up. Hit us up. We know a couple of plantations you could go work at. There's a lot of plantations out here. I mean, we all work at plantation. You're not the only one, but we work on the plantation. Then we work on our underground railroad. I mean, you accept reality for what it is. We are all on a plantation, and then you strategize how to get off that plantation. But don't tell me I'm free when I know I'm not. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to my children. And then when they try to defend themselves, because people are trying to attack them, people bigger than them, 6 of them trying to attack them, and he defends himself like the law said he's supposed to. Then you try to take his life for like 35 years or whatever they gave that boy. Man, if that's my son, he would have been gone. I'm not waiting for the judicial system. Man, get home. You get home, we going wherever we got to go to get away from these people. Real talk. I don't believe in this system. I don't believe in the judicial system. I don't believe in any of their institutions. And if you do, you a fool. But we done for this week. Anybody got something? Because we got to get ready to go see Love. We got to go see Love. Love having a cookout. Hey, Rodrigo, can you go to the cookout?
Oh, I have my own thing going on at home right now, but I appreciate that.
Hey, yo, bro, you got a plate for me? I'm coming to pick up my plate, bro. Huh? What?
Well, I changed my mind. I'll definitely head out. I'll let you know.
No. Do you have a plate for me?
Oh. Yeah, we have plenty of plates here.
All right. Well, make a plate for the general secretary, and I'm going to come pick it up. You heard me?
I hear you.
And for the minister of youth. So next, what he said? Oh, yeah. For the minister of youth, all of them. They could get a plate. But all power to the people, yo. Till the next time, I live for the people. I die for the people.